10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team's turn to pick.
Hello, hello, welcome back. We have a game 2. What? Yeah, I know. We talked so much, we missed game 1. No, that's gonna invade a lot of people. No, they got a def win here for HellRaisers for the first game of this series because due to
10 seconds
issues
remaining.
and the rules of the tournament, they forfeited game number 1 due to delays,
5
of course.
seconds
But
remaining.
but they'll still get to play game number 2 under the
Radiant
tag of
team's
Team
turn to
Unique,
pick.
and we'll see if HellRaisers manage to
Radiant
close it
team's
at 2-0
Dire
or
team's
if
turn to pick.
Unique get to recover. Let's see.
God. They're totally demoralized. Such a tough loss, Avo.
It was really rough. They were really hoping to get casted as well, and now all of a sudden they didn't.
Yeah.
They're really big fans of Lyrical and Trent. So.
Yeah. It was going to be a 2-0 def loss, but then
10 seconds remaining.
Fill for another. They were like, okay, let's
Dire
make sure we
team's
have a
turn to
game.
ban.
So thank us for this game too.
But yeah,
The goals dropped up. Nice.
and
I'm surprised by these openings. I'll be honest. I actually expected like 8 different things that just didn't happen. So the
Like?
Weaver Bane is like the most standard like exchange at the beginning of a draft. Every region.
10 seconds
constantly
remaining.
has. But past that, I figured that they would probably want
5
these,
seconds remaining.
other heroes that they D, especially into like Bane Mars. I was like, oh, why wouldn't HellRaisers just take OD here? Maybe they're not comfortable like first phasing it without an IO. I know IO was banned, but I mean that seems like perfect. Save from grip, save from the arena. You get the is it the shard? Unless you walk through, just leave.
Yep.
Would have been pretty nice, but they've got a different idea in mind. Beastmaster first phase. I'm here for it.
That was actually one of his top heroes. I know his hero pool is limitless, haha. But the Beastmaster was
Radiant
something I
team's
used to play a
Dire
lot when
team
he first.
ban.
So it is something he's quite comfortable with, and you know there's some counterplay with the Mars, mainly due to the vision and being able to stop his arenas.
that's why I was thinking. Solid laner, he helps. buff
10
up your
seconds
carry.
remaining. 5
And it's not
seconds
just the vision of
remaining.
the Hawk, but it's the vision.
Yep.
And you have to defend them. That means they're short. You get a lot of info out.
You know that they play Tinker, so this could easily enable that hero this
That's
game.
true.
Yeah.
I will say as well, the Beastmaster with a new shard can be a pretty annoying Bane counter.
To make PA in the TI finals, right? So I was like, oh,
10
maybe they want to
seconds
let through
remaining.
PA. Like, oh yeah, go pick it against our Beastmaster and then just like tinker them. But now they're gonna
5
decide
seconds
to have a
remaining.
good lane. I think Conquer as well is a nice safe lane carry to play against him. So from that, Snapfire, decent hero. Combos with Mars. There's still other combos for him like Dark Willow that they could pick up if they want. Weaver's gone, which is another nice laner for him. But I mean,
I think finding range. If anything, like it's harder to find the off.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Mirana seems fun.
Dire team's turn to
Lions.
pick.
Murmur as well.
There's
Oh,
Disruptor
works.
4.
Yeah, nice.
God's mentioned it, and Unique was like, you know what? That's a good idea.
I mean,
I like it.
my
You say enough heroes, and chances are they're going to pick one
I'll
of the
just
ones you
name
say.
every
Yeah.
single one.
The
Very
Nostradamus
quickly, say-
stat-
Feel a little weird about Disruptor just
10
because I think
seconds
these are two
remaining.
supports who have no way to defend themselves from Beastmaster. You can kinetic field and run, but it's kind of
5
rough,
seconds
especially when the
remaining.
slow Yes, I only. Really hard for HellRaisers to protect SF and Drow. Mars is already a hero that's going to do that.
I think it's the thing what they have going for Drow is that backlines Mars, but if he's done.
I think Spectre instantly, but then I'm thinking, is that like something they don't want to pick because they're playing into Beastmaster? So I guess.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
kinda
you just
rough.
go a bit more standard with like.
Breaking's
Blade
banned.
Dagger.
Yeah, it's hard. I know Naga Siren was a hero that's likes playing into Beastmaster, but
But not against
Yeah.
Drow, though. Well,
yeah, I'm not sure.
The carry that always stands out against Beastmaster, other than PA, is the TB is not. You'd rather that against them.
Yeah, but I wanted to point that out because yesterday we saw a game where this was a very similar matchup. It was Infamous, and they picked a Drow to counter TB, and you're like, oh, biggest counter, right? Big armor. She did zero, and I mean zero auto attack damage to the TB that game because Mars blocked all her attacks. It became impossible. Same thing. That's why I think TB is actually kind of
I think if you want to go
I feel like his lane might be a little hard.
Yeah.
I played Ursa
Choose your hero.
Oh, okay, I don't want to talk about my pub. But the way I see it playing out in my mind is that he finds it quite difficult to deal with like level 3 boars. But with Bane, maybe it's fine. Or oh yeah, Xiaomi plays 5, right? Yeah, Disruptor, they could get a kill. It's just kind of scary because like Weaver and Beastmaster together just do so minus armor and then like physical damage with the everything just hurts. Everything hurts. Avo.
Everything does hurt.
They don't have a way to cancel grip at least in fights, so I feel like Unique's team fight should be way easier to execute.
I'm just feeling HellRaisers just even though I see their draft, I'm like, it's not it has its weakness, but I think it's strength. It's something that HellRaisers can play up both. They can snowball this, take a lot of towers, take road. Slightly leaning them, but I don't think they
We'll see what happens in game as we get into game number 2 of the series. I'm sad you missed game 1, but this time we do get the wonderful casting of Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Avo. And yes, indeed, Trent, we are here. We've got the wonderful HellRaisers facing off against Team Unique. A little bit of a kerfuffle getting the game started, and there is already one match going into the favor of HellRaisers. So we'll see if they're going to be able to bounce back from that on Team Unique. But how are you feeling about these drafts?
I really like Unique's draft. I feel like once they get that Lena pick, I'm just like, you can pick at the end of this draft, and I'm pretty much satisfied right now. Whereas HellRaisers, this is the kind of draft where I look at them just like, oh god, why does your game just look so hard? Like, yes, I think they can do it, but it just seems so much more difficult in like every single way.
Right. I'm with you. It feels like it's the type of draft, though, that, you know, they already got one forfeit win. Maybe if, you know, they snowball, they're just like, all right, easy series, done. And it'll be done super quickly because definitely this is the type of draft that's going to be able to take powers. Let's get ready to hop right into the game now, as already they're out across the map, and you can see Howdy backs off as he runs into all 5 heroes. On the side of Team Unique, who you can see here are tagged up as mind games. So there was a little bit of an issue at the start of it, and what the tech issue was that they tried to change their name over. But on DPC broadcast, as you can see when you click on the top watch tab, they're already tagged up as what those 2 teams are that they're going to be playing. And if those 2 teams aren't in the game, they won't start the lobby, and that's what the issue was. So they had to go back and tag up as Unique, and that's what's happening.
So this is Mind Games versus HellRaisers. Well,
We're gonna call them Team Unique.
That is some actual mind games.
Oh my god!
Change your name to Mind Games and don't change your name to Unique on the flag because you can't.
Give up game number 1. The mind games.
I mean, people thought it was intense when people were doing like the blank bans. Oh, they didn't ban a hero. Oh my god!
Right.
Mind Games like, yeah, we won't play the first game.
Unreal. All right, we'll see how it goes for him. As already you can see the rotation down bottom there. Weaver is going to come and try and help out and put potentially a lot of pressure on. This is like the pain point, you know. Sheepo is talking about a lot of pain going on in this game for the poor rollers potentially. I could see it down bottom if they can start to put the pressure on with Weaver. It's such an incredibly strong hero with those bugs. The swarm is nuts.
Yeah, I'm not really convinced by the Disruptor pick. I thought that they might go Bane 4 to go for like an Ench and go like a hard counter versus the Beastmaster, but instead they've gone for more of a game counter in the sense of the Disruptor. Plus, I mean, it's Xiaomi the Slayer. This is like his best hero probably, Disruptor. This is the region's best hero, you know. Eastern Europe been repping Disruptor since the start of Dota itself. And so I do have a lot of confidence in that, but I feel like the laning stage is typically something that you struggle with, whereas Weaver, it's like one of the best laners in the game.
Right. It's incredibly hard to deal with, but you need to get to that level too. As we can see, FN facing off there against Rebel in the mid lane. SF versus Lena, already taking the Dragon Slave and Fiery Soul, so trying to get any right clicks in whenever possible. And this is one of those matchups that it feels like it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of farming and spamming out waves whenever possible.
Yeah, this is the main match that makes me just say, like, why does your game look so hard? Because, like, Shadowfiend, I think they can get away with this and putting the SF into the mid lane because they have the tree. I think that the goal should be to just, like, push out the wave, farm neutrals, accept the fact that FN's going to hit your tower a bunch, but you need to be ready to get the early levels into the living armor to try and save this tower at, like, you know, 7, 8, 9 minutes, right? Be prepared to put a lot of safety into this lane because you don't want to lose your safe area, your mid lane tower so early.
True enough. You can see that bottom there. Gilgear going to lose the courier. Just went for the Sakuchian and didn't recognize that his courier was following him. Ends up getting punished a little bit down there by that. And in the meantime, you can see that up top lane, they're going to try and push back a little bit more onto Petishara. He threw out a spear there just to get some extra harassment on a Malady, but there is going to be that setup later on with that Nightmare into spear combo. And if Watson's not careful, that's always a little bit of a dangerous situation for him. That's a little bit of multi-shot comboed together with the Nature's Grasp for some spam out. Nicely played.
It's very, very hard to harass in this lane, right? Because, like, when you know how to play versus tree, the tree player is just so sad. It's like a knowledge check whenever you lane versus this hero, right? Your lane is just so easy if they don't know how to play versus tree protector. Like, they're not just cutting the trees constantly. They're not, like, you know, standing near the tree line and everything. It sounds really dumb, but, like, honestly, that's just, you just gotta put your brain on for a second and tree just gets way worse. And then combine that with a Drow, and it's like Drow wants to harass when she feels safe doing so, and it's hard to guarantee that when the tree doesn't necessarily know when he should be going in right now.
Right. Oh, going for another courier down bottom.
Like, look at him. Like, standing in the middle of the waves.
Just got killed.
Yeah, they get the courier there, but they might be able to find another one. And tree up top, down dead. They find a kill as well as more action just all over the map.
He's lost. He walked in the middle of the lane trying to, like, help secure a range creep, I think, but I think he knew he was just dead. And sometimes I'm okay with throwing away the life, but I don't think for first blood.
Yeah, that one hurts, definitely. Should also mention, back in this mid lane here, pretty substantial CS lead. I think some of that is by virtue of the small camp, as again, trading off that Nightmare. But you can see SF not actually that far ahead of FN. It looks like a bigger lead with the CS disparity, but that's the double stack on the small camp.
Yeah, also worth pointing out, they did get the D ward as well. They attempted to block off FN's camp there on the Radiant side, and they had the big range plays there to ensure it was D warded early from Slayer. Because, yeah, you know, Shadowfiend's going to be looking for, like, an economy win, essentially, in the mid lane. I'm just trying to, like, out-eco you by running to the jungle, and they can double up on that by trying to block out your own small camp.
Ooh, up top again. Spear goes out. Couple more punches. Do they have enough to keep Watson alive? No tree armor yet. 2 points in Leech Seed. Malady has to back away again. So, nice kill.
Like, this is actually such a good thought process to have if you ever pick this Bane Mars early, is if they lock in what is pretty likely to be a 5 support and it's melee, this is just so much stronger, right? Because, like, there's no way you're gonna be able to trade off that Nightmare in most of these situations.
Very, very difficult. I mean, yeah, and this is why, you know, I think you were talking about it, how much we've been seeing Bane and Mars together just being, like, an incredibly strong combo throughout this round of the DPC.
I mean, it's Bane. Bane's broken. Bane was broken at TI.
Yeah.
Got left alone. Poor little lad. Stupid horn toss had to be there, you know?
True enough. You know, it's
really show off.
The thing that's funny is, like, we were talking about how much we thought that was going to be a huge problem down bottom, but Ursa has completely dealt with this fine. And Petishara maybe going to be taking a little bit of too much damage. The right clicks come through. Nightmare going to be traded over. I'm not sure what exactly happened. It must have just been a misclick by Watson. He accidentally clicked onto his tree. That's the only thing that makes sense to me there.
I'm not sure. I was trying to leave the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think he just accidentally...
Came back up and he was living.
He attack clicked and took the Nightmare off of Malady. I think that he was attack clicking the... or something like that. Tough stuff.
I mean, Gilgear's at that 1-1-1, but yeah, why isn't he able to just, like, fully play it right now? They have a ton of vision in the area, so they definitely know what he's up to.
Put it out of your
Would
mind.
he rather just go mid? Oh, nice. He got the snipe on the ward mid, though. Gilgear just scouted it out by going into the tree line next to the tower. So throws down a sentry. That's going to show off that ward in the mid. So very well done. Rebel will be happy about that. And Gilgear is just out. Now on the one hand, Limitless is getting full XP on the Beastmaster bottom, which is nice. So Beastmaster can eventually live his life in that bottom lane like he likes to. Actually get a kill up top instead.
That could be a nice play. Comes on over, checks for a bounty rune, won't spot it, but they do see Gilgear and now know that he's made this rotation. This is most likely not going to work out.
He body blocked for camp too, though. So yeah, there's something there.
Yeah. Love to see that. Well, thought about going again, threw out the leech seed, but nothing else afterwards. So again, this 1-2-1 build from Malady means that the points on this, the tree armor is going to be a little bit later to come around. At the very least, we've been able to see that Rebel, you know, even while farming up the camps across the map, has not really been taking that much damage onto the tower from the Linus. That's something at least for HellRaisers.
Yeah, and typically right now in DPC, I think a lot of teams have been like putting their 4 mid like right about now, and then heading to stacks in the jungle, ideally. But Tree obviously pretty locked in up top, hasn't been able to get a couple stacks going at all. And likewise, the Weaver play, Gilgear hasn't been doing so much on his own side. They have some ancient stacks though, kind of nice. But I feel like you're just going to see the 4 take over mid and SF just go farm, and it looks like that is indeed.
All right. Perfectly fine. Ooh, Invis rune though.
Yeah.
And also has Requiem.
He's getting out the Beyblade.
I don't know if it's
3,
gonna
2,
end up
1, let him rip.
It took me. What the hell is Trent talking about? Didn't want to say anything though. Helm down bottom.
He really wanted that range creep. He just stole from Limitless.
Not much good.
Yeah, they're gonna put the tower pressure on. All right, so tower pressure versus tower pressure. You have a tree protector. This should be a HellRaisers win.
Oh, only 2 points in the living armor though. Yeah, they're gonna be able to get the bottom tier 1, but then the question is, can they get back to protect tier 1 mid?
Yeah.
Most likely.
There's no way. They would throw all of their bodies for this tower right now. He only has 1 Laguna Blade lyrical. All right.
That's true.
Someone just tank it, and then we're good.
Malady, meanwhile, is getting pulled back in by Slayer. Edishar in the area. On tree now, and FN comes in for the finish.
All right, that seemed unnecessary.
A little bit. You know, get it off cooldown again soon.
It's got time.
Interesting. Well, HellRaisers off to the type of start that you would anticipate from this team. And again, I feel like in the context of this game, it's worth considering, like, you know, this is sort of what's expected to happen to some extent, I think. As LSA is going to connect on a Rebel, but nothing else afterwards.
Yeah, I think HellRaisers have some very good stuff happening. Like the bottom lane being taken that quickly too, I think was one of the better aspects you pointed out. Like they didn't really dominate like kill wise or anything like that. They weren't able to punish the disruptor, which I think is a bit of a loss in that lane. But overall, you know, you've taken that space in the map that you like to express. That's good. Now they'll think about Roche.
Okay. Requiem used.
ED secured.
Secure it, and they're going mid. Oh man, that is a big play. If they can get this one, more immediately on Alina. FN in trouble. Pummeled, getting brought down, raised to death. Edishar afterwards, trying to find a follow kill with Bignum on top of Rebel. They might be able to kill him off in time. The stick charge is trying to live. No, Rebel will go down. Can the rest of HellRaisers clean up? They've already lost 3 on Unique, a turnaround, trying to find a finish with the grip, but it's not enough. And Semjetsu has to back out of there, has his range still, as well as 15 stick charges. And that will be enough to get the Ursa away, but this tower still in trouble going down.
Tree was 23 XP from 6. I think they get that kill if Tree has 6 there.
Do they lose
it would,
the tower?
Middle tower should have to
I think if SF's alive 100%, but yeah, no, I think it's dead. They can just commit, they're good. No one else is TPing.
Damn.
Oh, they all TP'd for the initial fight, that's why.
Right,
like Hedashara can't come right back in and everything, yeah.
All right, HellRaisers, keep that snowball building. They need to keep this type of pressure up. And a solid finish there. Now trying to get towards BKBs, at least for the Shadow Fiend. Drow currently still building into that Dragon Lance after the Falcon Blade for Watson.
So to me, one of the reasons why I view Unique's lineup as just being a little bit easier is that I feel like they have some outs in this situation. Like, to me, the Blink Dagger and Petashar will be something where I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, that's going to come up, and then it's much easier to make plays. Up top, it looks like, oh yeah, I would hope this is free.
A couple more punches, doesn't need it. Dragon Slave is there for the finish.
Got a little bit close. But unfortunately, Petashar's Blink Dagger is really far away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's going to need some time, a little bit of space here. Some tower gold would also be nice, though, of course. So they've taken one.
Are those
Oh, this is
cracks
big
in
though.
Dire's top
If they can
tower?
sneak away this Roche,
Dire's structures
there's
Killclear's
a-
in the
there's
area. Yeah, I mean, they see all of it, but nobody's here in time. Nightmare afterwards, trying to finish this on 7 gets it. He gets back by Roche. They have the structural ulti down, though. Beastmaster trying to hurry. They can't see Aegis. Requiem afterwards, though, Roar. Now the time lapse. Run back in with the buyback. But able to jump out of the pit. Ursa gets away. So they managed to sneak that Roche away. What a wild, like, action-packed series this is already.
For only one game, too. You know, 2 for the
Right?
price of 1. It's amazing.
Holy
That
moly.
was terrifying, with Hawk being there first off, that they managed to get that. Have to trade, but, you know, buy back on the Weaver, so the full gold isn't, like, too bad. And obviously, I think if HellRaisers get that Aegis, you're in serious trouble. Because Aegis on, like, double-ranged cores,
Yes.
and you have to commit so hard to the fight, it would be rather terrifying.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the situations where it's just more you're taking it away from HellRaisers and trying to slow down that snowball. And you gotta wonder, like, if HellRaisers had, after taking that mid tower, could they have just gone right into Roche maybe? Like, I don't know. Regardless, it didn't end up happening, and now some questions about how the rest of this game looks, and they found another one. They got themselves eyes on Malady, and the right clicks come through. Dead tree. Still only the top tier 1 tower taken by Unique.
Yeah, he got living armor off, so it's okay. You know, throw that down first, respawn, get that mid tower back up to full HP would be great.
And for Team Unique, do you think that they try and make a move towards mid with this Aegis still, or just sort of hang out and wait for BKBs to come online for like the Lina?
Yeah, I think FN is their biggest concern right now. They just want to make him feel more comfortable in these engagements and team fights. And then, of course, there's still going to be a concern because of the Beastmaster. Speaking of which, Bignum looking for him.
Oh, glimpse away. They got him, though. Limitless in trouble. And it's going to find the kill, take down the Helmet Dominator creep afterwards.
Oh,
Bignum?
though.
Yeah, Bignum's super dead. Wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, Nightmare. Time lapse gets away. Kill gear down.
Oh, you thought you had me, didn't you?
Interesting.
Some excellent voice line usage here from Big. I thought Bignum was guaranteed dead because he taunted first, you know?
Okay, yeah.
He threw out the better luck next time as he's killing the Beastmaster, but this time the combo was not true.
Yeah. Well, that is how it ended up going. And a little bit of a timing here, possibly for HellRaisers with the arena on cooldown for a minute. But at the same time, like, with the Aegis still there on Ursa, it doesn't really feel that great to try and run into him.
Malady just doing the right play. Living armor constant, mid tower, juicing himself back up there. Probably still the main objective, I feel like, for Unique, getting that down. But now mid tower's up while your SF has BKB complete. Takes apart the Dragon Lance just to rush that thing out. Very happy with that, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. Malady gets down a good ward here as well around the tier 2 tower bottom. And it feels like this is going to be the goal for HellRaisers, to try and put some pressure on this tower.
Yeah, but look at Unique. BKB done for the Lina. Blink Dagger done for the Mars. And now finally, Ursa can play some Dota, right? He needs a good arena so that he can actually get in here. Again, it's this double range core situation. And there's going to be a tough call for the Beastmaster. The Roar is going to be so clutch. Like, who do you go for? The Ursa, you have to worry about the Enrage, or the Lina, who's got that fresh BKB?
Oh, they're trying to queue it up. Oh, jumps immediately on the Limitless. Not sure if that's the play, as they will blow up one right to start. Killgear dead. That's Aegis down, and now they got the Nightmare into one. War afterwards onto the Lina. He's to get that BKB off. And turns, pops it. But afterwards, towers rooted immediately. Seven Jetsu trying to chase down Limitless. He'll find that kill. Watson hasn't been able to do anything this fight, it feels like. And now, another round of Nightmares up again in a second. Seven Jetsu, Nightmare it won't happen.
Triple kill.
4 dead
Not much good's
instantly.
happening to
Watson
Radiant's
got
bottom
one round of
tower.
those multi-shots off and everybody died.
That was nasty.
Ooh, the initiation of the arena, it went on
Radiant's
top of the
bottom tower is
Beastmaster,
under
and he still got off the roar, as you all heard. And then it felt like Drown SF just stood off to the side.
And
Yeah.
what I really liked was the
Not
instant
much good's
Requiem
happening to
that he
Radiant's
threw
bottom
from Rebel.
tower.
Because it sort of just disrupted the whole
Radiant's
fight,
bottom
right? Like, if
tower
you don't
has
target him
fallen.
first, he wants to put that pressure on you, and they all got sent back on Unique, broke apart the engagement from the very beginning. And that's what allows Watson and Rebel to just flourish as ranged damage dealers like that.
Yeah. Well, and it definitely has that feel again, like you imagine if maybe the Mars has a BKB there, or if the Earth has a BKB there, the game starts to look like way differently, and they just need to buy that time on Unique to get into their items. But I don't know if HellRaisers are going to give them that time. Feels like taking that tier 2 tower, they're really setting this up to just like keep that pressure on. And particularly that next Roche fight is going to be so determinating of how the rest of this game goes.
Yeah, and now at this point in the game, you're getting to 20 minutes. Typically, you look towards like the position 4s, and that's when that big item for them comes out. You know, you're playing like Earthshaker 4 or something. You're hoping you got a blink around like nowish, so you can really start contributing to the team and like add in this extra element that they need to be concerned about in team fights. Like, think about team fights as like a big collection of spells that you have to prioritize and think about like how the other team wants to play. You're supposed to be introducing that new threat at this point in the game is the position 4. But that's what, you know, we really for both teams, we don't have that kind of a hero in this game.
Right.
Disruptor is probably the closest thing, but the Aghanim's is so much further away than a Blink Dagger can be.
Well, it's going to get roared right off the start. Jetsu trying to back out of here, and hopefully will not get caught with the silence as well as the overgrowth.
Nice.
That one hurt. Very nicely played.
Yeah, he tried to he pump faked a couple times the overgrowth.
Radiant's
He
top
just
tower
wanted him to like
is
go for
better.
enrage or something there, and then
Radiant's top tower
then
is
he just
falling.
double layer with enrage and silence, and you're like, oh, I don't have a choice now.
Radiant's
Huh?
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is starting to come off the rails a little bit. For DPC and HellRaisers taking full advantage, pressuring this top tier 2 tower, and they're actually going to live for this one.
Dire's bottom tower is
So
under
tower is
attack.
still going to fall, and
Radiant's top tower has
they
fallen.
will at least on the side of Unique try and take bottom
Dire's
tier 1,
bottom
which
tower is being
they
chipped
should
away.
get here.
Dire have fortified their
Maybe
structures.
not. No, with the bugs thrown out and realizing there's people in the area and a glyph used, they're not going to even be able to get that.
In my judgment of how these lineups would go, I completely underestimated the value.
Killing spree.
Laguna Blade used and a grip as
Dire's
well.
bottom tower is falling.
Yeah, they get the kill and they get the tower.
Radiant's
I
top
think that's
tower
like
is under
in my
attack.
mind, the arenas go down, and it's really hard for the Drow and the SF to contribute during the engagements. But the thing is that they actually aren't getting a lot done during the arenas because of the Requiem. Like when he throws it out like that, the fact that like Evan doesn't want to BKB early necessarily either.
This moment.
So it's the fights are actually quite hard to execute. I thought they'd be a little bit easy. Sometimes I think we all take arena a bit for granted here.
Yeah.
Someone better help
Slayer.
Dire's middle tower.
Tries to get out. They'll blow up Ignum, but TP away from the Disruptor. From out of harm's way. And next round of Tomes up as well. So let's see how long the Roche respawn time is. DD, is it an
37
instant one for
seconds.
Rebel? Think so?
Yeah.
50.
One of these
It's still,
times.
still pretty short.
I just do it every time. I'll get the number eventually. What are my odds? 1 in 180?
Isn't it? Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
right.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Let's see. How many games a season? How many roaches a game? Yeah, I'll get there. It's,
The real questions being asked by Trent here. Oh man, Team Unique are. I mean, they're in a little bit of trouble right now. It's this 4K gold lead, but really it's just how strong these heroes are with their items. You still don't have that BKB for Watson, which is like the kind of the big thing that they got to hold on to at this point. 10 seconds until Roche and a smoke up from Unique. Limitless there to break it, as well as
They're
Gil
under a
Gear.
hawk.
They see him. Dangerous, tries one. There's the opening. Immediately afterwards, they blow up the Beastmaster. Also able to catch, but there's the grip on the other side. They find the SF broken immediately. Gotta get out. Penishara trying to soak up whatever damage he can. Sepichetsu slowed. Dead by the boars. Dead by the heroes. And HellRaisers.
He got actually 2 shots.
Dude.
SF just walked in, one arm, he's womp, womp. He's just dead. He quite literally clapped him.
Radiant's
You know,
middle
just
tower
threw the
continues
hands
to
together, and Slay was just gone.
Dude, now they have a DD and pressuring high ground. I don't know. This is,
Radiant's top
yeah,
tower deserves just as
HellRaisers.
much help as Spark.
Despite the deficiencies
Radiant's
in some
top
parts of the
tower has
draft, they
fallen.
make it work and are looking so clean in this game too. Just
mean-
kind of like the game 1.
This is what this draft does best, right? I mean,
Yeah.
look at that. Just like Drow, SF, both living through all these fights as well.
Yeah.
They just do so much damage if they can both just stand there.
And they try and finish off this Ancient Thunderhide also. And will eventually get it, so a nice chunk of gold, but the bigger win is going to be HellRaisers getting Aegis and a shard.
I touched an Aegis once.
That shard.
Yeah, I don't know how you hold off against this now. This is going to be tough. Unique are going to need to pull out all the stops. How far are we from Ags? We're a long way from Ags, Trent.
That's an issue. Definitely the key here.
Another
Radiant's
item.
middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Yeah,
We got the Ancient Black Dragon flying in here as well.
Where did Radiant's middle
I've got the
tower
winter
go?
pack on, and it's pink. It's like pink and white. Yo, guys, you gotta get the winter texture pack. Please, come on.
We'll put it in the back line. Yeah.
Yeah, put some festivity into the event here. We only got 1 game. Come on.
Where did
Tier
Radiant's
1
middle
tower, Tier
go?
3 tower rather, goes down, and Unique. How do you start this fight? How do you make any of this look any way that's good? Maybe they can kill. All right, they take down the Black Dragon again.
Dire's
To me,
bottom
what's
tower
disappointing is that
Oh my
Ownage.
god. Yeah, they were right about those board slows, by the way, in that last fight, and how devastating it is for Ursa. It sucks.
it's also like I feel like Penishara is actually getting the correct target. Like he is getting the Beastmaster,
Right.
you know. But spacing is just so good for HellRaisers. Man, he's just taking your bait.
Nightmare almost gets the one shot out. Good arena. Locks in. Maybe in some trouble now. FN turns on.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, not like this.
Structures are fortified.
Not like this. Oh.
Dude, that Wildwing Ripper.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
No.
Radiant's bottom
FN
tower
didn't
has
get him
fallen.
with it. Watson gets away. Still hanging on to that Aegis for 3 minutes. Then breaks it now, but
Radiant's
again,
bottom
Gilgear
barracks have
there,
fallen.
breaking the smoke before the rest of the team
Radiant's
can get in
top barracks
position.
have fallen.
And now they've been able to fight Gilgear, but Bignum is already dead, and the time lapse to walk away.
Gilgear.
Your scepter lift up. Oh my god. And now a glimpse back onto Watson. Will it matter? Do they care? Hurricane Pipe away, which means Aegis respawn is going to happen a little ways away. Jump forward, Bignum dead again. Rebel now getting jumped on. LSA! Rebel maybe finally. No, they try to kill him. And there's the Requiem. And with that, HellRaisers are going to take the game, take the series 2-0. Unique get
Radiant's
brought
bottom
down
barracks have
quick.
fallen. Dire victory!
Nice looking game coming. I mean, I love the confidence. The last time we spoke to this team, and I think they certainly played a lot of confidence.